What's up guys, Jollibee here. Welcome to another episode of Wurm online tutorial. And in this episode, I'm gonna teach you guys how to build a basic home. And as you can see, I'm still using my starter character I made. So this tutorial is valid if you're a starting character or if you're gonna be a free-to-play character. So, you got your iron. You get yourself a nice spot and a flat area. So I think now we're ready to build ourselves a home. To build a home, you need to use your mallet. Right click on the ground, on a tile, and for my home I want to be building a 2x2 house. Not too big, not too small, so the requirements won't be that much. So as you can see, my carpentry is only a 4, so let's try to plan a building to show you what it says. As you can see on the event window, it'll just say I'm not skilled enough in my carpentry to build a house. So in order to I need to train my carpentry for a bit. To build a wooden home, you need a lot of planks. You need about 20 planks per each side of a wall. Wall, window, door. It's going to be about 20 planks. So a 2x2 house I'm building will have 8 sides. 2 on each side. So I'll need 160 planks. So, since my carpentry is not high enough, let's go ahead and build ourselves. Craft ourselves some planks. In order to craft planks, you need to make yourself a saw. Which you can make by using a glowing hot iron lump and with your small anvil, make yourself a saw. As you can see, make a saw. As you can see, I already went ahead and made myself a saw. So for time's sake, we're just gonna go on ahead and use the saw I have. So also, to build a house, you need to make yourself large nails. With the large nails, you need 1 large nail per each wall section that you're gonna have. So I'm gonna have the same wall section. I'm gonna need 8 nails. So with the iron lump and an anvil, and a small anvil that you made earlier in the previous episode, we're going to make ourselves some large nails. So have your small anvil activated. Right click the iron lump, go to the create, go to tools, and make yourself some large nails. So I'm going to queue up 3 actions of making a large nail. As you can see, I made one right now. As your skill gets better, you will get a faster timer and better success rate on making yourself some large nails or tools or anything in Wurm. So we'll just queue up a couple more. Building a house in Wurm will take some time, so please be patient and don't rush it. Making it too big of a house will take too long, so also keep that in mind. A house is important for a player, as it's your first secured place that you can have in the beginning. No one can break in and take things inside a completed house. Got 2. So we'll just get the second lump, and we'll create some more large nails. So we have 8. So while we're waiting for ourselves to make some nails, let me teach you guys how to do some key bindings. Key bindings are shortcuts, so you don't have to keep right clicking on things. So as you can see, we need to be cutting down trees and use that trees to make into logs. And then with those logs, we need to use our saw to make planks. To save ourselves on some right clicking, we're gonna keybind the cut down and chop up sequence on your keyboard. So to keybind, press F1 on your keyboard. This will open up the console. So for me, I'm gonna bind the cut down to Q and the chop up to E. To do this, with your F1 console open, type in bind, the key you want to bind the action. So I'm gonna put Q, and I'm gonna put in cut down, the command cut down. Cut underscore down. And it will say key binding save. So now I'm gonna bind E to chop up. So I'm gonna put bind, bind E chop underscore up. And now I have the cut down and chop up keybind ready when I go chop down these trees. So for now, we'll just keep creating more large nails. Unfortunately though, you can't keybind your creation items. So you can't keybind large anvil or large nails or nails. So anything that you can create, you can't keybind, as it's considered macroing. So we just need 3 more nails and we can go ahead and we can go chop down some trees. Keep in mind though that your iron lump needs to be glowing from the heat in order for you to use it to craft anything or improve any of your tools. Do keep an eye out on your small anvil, as the more or any of your tools, as the more you use it, the more you'll get damage, and once the damage reaches 100, the tool is lost. So do keep them repaired at all times. As repairing will also give you repair skill, and the higher repair skill, the less quality loss you'll get when you repair anything. As you can see, my anvil is only at 1 quality, so it won't lose any more quality as it's already in its minimum. Just need to make 1 more nails and we'll be done for the nail requirement for our house. And we have 8 nails. We can't do anything with this for now, so we'll leave the nails and the iron lumps in the fire in case we need to make any more. As you can see, I already chopped up some trees for you guys. But for tutorial's sake, we're gonna activate our hatchet. And make sure you only cut down trees that are old, very old, or overaged trees. Young trees won't give you a felled tree, will just give you 1 log. And shriveled up trees will also give you 1 log. But if you let the shriveled up tree grow up, it'll turn into a mature stage and grow to an old and higher stage for you to cut down. So right click on the tree tile, examine it. As you can see, this tree is mature. So we're now going to chop that down. I think I already cut down. Oh, see, we have an old pine tree here. So with your hatchet activated, right click on the cut down. This will take a couple of actions to actually make this tree to a felled tree. Also, since earlier we binded our cut down to the keyboard letter Q, we'll just press Q. And as you can see, my guy will also cut down the tree. We'll just queue up tree. 3 actions. And the tree is now felled. And with the tree felled, you can also use up our bind action to chop up, which is E. And it will chop up the tree, the felled tree, into smaller logs. This is very handy when you're doing the same thing over and over. I'll save you time and less stress on right clicking on anything. And while we're at it, we're gonna bind another action on our keyboard, which is open. We'll just open any containers. So go back to pressing F1, bind. Then we're going to be using the key tab, so we're going to be tab. And we're going to just do open. And you'll see right here, once we finish chopping up this tree, we will use our new keybind open on tab, as this will result into a pile of logs. Just wait a moment here. Couple more action. 10 quality tree. You will require a lot of logs to make yourself 160 planks. Oh, and it make a pile. Oh, right here. See this pile of log? When you press the open key, that which we just bind it, which is tab, it'll open up the pile of log. This works on any containers actually. So if you go to a chest, a cart, a BSB, a bulk storage bin, a boat, as long as you're in range and you press tab or whatever key you have binded to the open command, it will open it. Now we're gonna go to the closer stack of wood we got and make planks. So now we need to activate our saw. Activate our saw. Get 3 logs in your inventory. Create weapons plank. As you can see, since I got 3 logs, I'll also queue up 3 actions when you do this command. But if you want to just do it one by one, you would go to the individual log itself and make planks. As you can see, making logs give pretty decent carpentry gain, so there should be plenty enough time to make myself 160 logs for my 2x2 house. As you can see, I'm gonna stop right here and I'll be right back once I make all the planks I need. Hey guys, so I just finished making all the planks I needed to build the house I want. Just a quick note though. To find out the carpentry requirement for the house that you're planning, I have a link down below where there's a housing calculator where you plan the building, and I'll tell you what carpentry is needed and how much materials you need to build it. So for me, I'm trying to build a 2x2 house as a starter house. Any bigger will require a lot more carpentry, which probably will require you to grind it to get to the allotted requirement. But as for now, it's a starter house, so we want to start easy, as we're still pretty low level. So a 2x2 should suffice for now, and if you want it bigger, you can always destroy it and then rebuild a bigger one. So now, since I check with the housing calculator that a 2x2 house will require 12 carpentry, and I have 12.5 or 12.05 to be exact. I am ready to build my house. So to start planning your house, you need to activate your mallet by double clicking. Right click on an empty tile that you want to plan your house on. So right click, plan building, and you'll get this plan section right here. And then if you wanna make it bigger, you just plan it on another empty tile, plan building. Just keep planning. And there you go. This will be the 2x2 house. And if you don't have enough carpentry and you still keep planning, it'll say that you're not skilled enough in carpentry to extend the house in that direction. So right now I'm perfectly fine with the 2x2 with my 12 carpentry. So once you're done planning and you're happy with the size of the house that you have, right click on one of the planned structure and finalize the build plan. Just to let you know, once you finalize the build plan, you can no longer make the house extend or wider. And then the only way for you to do this is to destroy all the walls or destroy the whole house in general and start over from scratch. So if you're gonna just try to build just a one tile, let's see, you can also remove a plan by just right clicking on the plan and remove the plan here. Remove plan here. So then if you decide to build a 1x1 house as a storage shed as your starter area, if you finalize that, you can no longer expand it to what the house I want, which is a 2x2. So be careful, as in the low levels you can't destroy any kind of structure or building unless you have 21 body strength, which is only achievable by if you're a premium player. So free-to-play players will not be able to destroy any structure at all. So be careful, and the only if you're a free-to-play player, the only way for you to destroy it is destroy the whole building itself or have someone else bash it for you, which is going to be time consuming. So I'm gonna go back to my 2x2 right here, right click on the plan structure, and I'm gonna finalize it. Once you finish finalizing a house, check your inventory and you're gonna get yourself a writ of ownership. As you can see here, it's gonna be a cottage, and with the writ of ownership, you can manage it. And when you right click on the writ and manage, you're gonna get this option. And let's say you're with a group of friends and you want them to help you build a house. You just add them to the guest list and then accept, and they will be able to help you build the house. Also, side note, if you want to destroy the structure, like to say you weren't happy and you don't want to finish building it, you just destroy the whole structure like this, and the building plan will go away. And then you just replan that again. Finalize, and you'll have yourself a writ. So that's how you manage your building structure if you have other friends helping you build it. So once you got this finalized, you can plan each wall section. So right here, this is one wall section. And with your mallet activated, grab some nails, grab the nails that you made, and some planks, and we're going to go ahead and plan the building ahead. So let's just say you plan where you want the door going to be. So for me, I would want the door on this wall section right here. So I'm gonna right click on the building plan and I'm gonna click build door. A door will not let a large cart go through with horse dragging it. But if you just use a regular door, you can only drag the large cart or small cart through it, but not a horse-drawn cart. For me right now, I'll be happy with just a regular door. So I'm just gonna build one door right here, and your guy will start building it. Now the important part, while your guy is doing this, do not move. As when you start it, it's gonna use up one plank and one large nail. If you move, it will cancel the action and you will lose the one large nail and the one plank. So be careful when that happens. So I got the door planned. Now I'm gonna plan this next section, which is going to be a window. So, you know, I like to look out at things. So I'm gonna build a window here. And I'm gonna do this to all my wall sections right here. Use your imagination. If you want, you can just have one door, all walls, one door, all windows. Or if you really want to go crazy, you can have all sections to be all doors. So you can go in any direction. But that's really up to you and to your likings. So I'm gonna go ahead and plan these sections, and I'll get back to you. Alright, so I finished planning my structure and I planned 8 sections to what I want it to be. So now we have to finish building them by attaching the parts it needs. So each section is going to need another extra 19 planks. So each one's going to require 19 planks, and the way to attach it is with your manually activated. And right click on the plan the section you want and continue. It'll be either say continue door, continue window, or continue wall. This is gonna take a while, so patience is required, and on rare occasions you will fail and you will have to retry attaching that plank again. As a quick reminder also, building this house is time consuming. So if you are in a time constraint and can't finish the house in one go, I would recommend to just make the planks that you know that you're going to use, so that when you log out, nobody can steal them. Unless you have a deed planned already, non-deeded lands, like you'll say right here, if you examine the tile, you see parts of lands of Wurm. Anyone can take anything in these lands. So if you have 100 planks lying around, any person walking past by who wants your planks can take them, and it's not considered stealing because you left it in public lands. So that's the risk of leaving items in public lands when you're logging off. The reason why you want to build a house as fast as possible when you're not gonna if you're not planning on deeding a land, or also known as renting land from Wurm, is secured storage. So if you put things inside a finished structure, no one else can take it unless they are in your RIT permissions when you manage screen on your RIT. So let's say you have your friend and he's on your guest list on your RIT, then they can go in your house and take stuff, but only you and your friend can take stuff in the house. But as of right now, since the house has no walls, as the house walls are not complete yet, it's still considered free for all for anyone to take stuff in. So if you're not gonna use the materials before you log out, and you're attached to your belongings, either you put everything in your inventory and log out till you finish your house, or don't make it yet. Don't make all the materials in one sitting. That's the only advice I could give you to save you pain and hassle. There are some people out there that will go around and take your stuff. And building a house is the most secured way you can have it, and maintaining the house to make sure that it doesn't get decayed and start to fall apart. So I'm gonna finish attaching this wall section to show you what it looks like to have one finished section. Alright, so I just finishing this one wall section with the door. As you can see, I now have one complete wall section in this house. So I'm just gonna finish attaching 19 more planks on the last 7 sections, and I will show you almost finished house with its walls completed.
Hello, how are you?
Alright, so I finally completed the wall of this house. As you can see, all walls are done. As of right now, this is a secured storage area for you to leave things on the ground and no one else can take it. Unless they are in your unless they're in your guest list on the writ of ownership that you have. So if I log out right now of this game with these 40 planks and 2 lump of irons inside this house, no one will be able to take them, as it will be, since it's not permitted in the Freedom server because it's a PBE isle. So for this I think this will be conclude for this episode. On the next episode, we're gonna finish up this house. We're gonna plan some flooring, finish the roof, and lock the doors so no one can enter your house. So tune in next episode. Jollibee here, signing out.